Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United agenda. And it is news: Paul Pogba to sign a new contract at Manchester United, which will make him the highest paid player in Premier League history. Welcome to the Man United agenda. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United agenda. I am Solo, and I'm joined by Rebel and OMONDI. How are we doing, guys? How are we feeling? It is that feeling. It's Wednesday, not far off again from another game on the weekend, but let's not talk about the game. Let's talk about what's the news today is. So, guys, how are we feeling today?
Well, I'll start. I think it's Wednesday. We could be playing in the Champions League, but we got knocked out by a single goal. I'm still a bit hurt by that because I'm seeing the football. I've seen some epic games yesterday, and that's where we need to be. And I think going forward, we need to be playing top-level football, Champions League, and challenging for the league eventually. You know, but we're a long way off that. So, upon reflection, I know we're doing a show, but I would rather, and I hate to say this to you, Errol, I love your face. I love being with Rebel as well. But I would rather be sitting here watching us in the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
And then doing a reaction show afterward. That's when the happiness, when we win. We only see when we win.
Absolutely. And of course, OMONDI Juma will be Mr. Europa League next season. All by his lonesome. He's going to carry that can.
On his own. I'm not carrying that can. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be here next season when you have to do the preview or the reaction show. It will be OMONDI's team of the week. That's how the lineup will be. Nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing to do with me whatsoever. But listen, guys, it is Champions League, and unfortunately, the that red side is winning 1-0 at the moment. 1-0 already, 21 minutes in. But let's give a shout out to SHAH, who is one of our brothers and who is a big part of the United agenda. And he's now celebrating his 4th month as a member on the United agenda. So, guys, if you would like to become a member on the agenda, all you need to do is become a member, 1. 2, you get the opportunity to come on the Friday night takeaway. And also, when Mr. B and Talk doing the watch along, you also get to go on to that as well at halftime to have a discussion about what's going on. How about that?
That's very, you're teasing them. I mean, who would want to go on the watch along and the Friday night show and join the boys? Yeah, go ahead, guys. Join up, become a member, join our family. That's right.
Yeah.
But just remember, if you do join the family, this man here, Solo, is the daddy. So you have to answer to him.
Oh, guys. Yeah. And also, guys, I'm getting instruction at the moment with it as well. If you would like to come onto the watch along, I've been told that you need to probably download
Discord. Not
Discord. It is going to be Skype. And Skype. Then, I believe Skype. You need to download Skype, and Mr. TalkMU will then give you the information for it. So, guys, we'd like you to just enjoy what we've got in store for you. But I'm feeling, as what we say in Jamaica, I'm Monday. I'm Irie. I'm Irie. I'm Irie.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the
ride. I'm Irie time.
Or as they say in London, sweeter than that.
Sweet as that.
Yeah, what do they say in Ireland, Rebel?
Giddy up.
Giddy up. And also,
international.
Very international. Got to give it to Talk, who is a member of the channel. Got to give it to Mr. B, who's a member of the channel as well. And Mehdi, who has just become a member of the channel as well. Thank you so much for that. And remember, guys, you can join us. Right, 10 in the chat already. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button. It doesn't cost anything. If you're new and you haven't actually hit the like, but you want to subscribe, we're on the road to 1.5K as well. So, can I get on? Of course, Matthew, you can get onto the takeaway with TalkMU and Mr. B, and that's a chill up Friday. So listen, I always say is, guys, if you become a member, it's very easy, very simple. That is part of the perk of part of the United agenda. Okay, you are able to come onto our channel if you'd like to. And Matthew, if you do come on the channel, give them hell. Give them hell.
And also a big hello to Bat Time with Lescargo watching from France.
Hey, bath time. Big up,
I
big
thought
up.
it was in Spain.
He said he was in Spain, didn't he? Before we go down Monday, do you want to go through some of the comments? We will go through some of the comments early because we've been waffling on for a very long time now.
Okay, so lovely. Big up TalkMU. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Big up Matthew as well. And Matthew saying, hope everyone is well. It's really nice, warm atmosphere today. Talk saying, sorry, changed. Okay, with a chant. We know we've got to change our intro. I want to say hi to Bill Baggio, someone who I've got to know really well and he's got great insight into football. And the reason I know him so well is because he always comments on the channel, on the YouTube channel. So once it's been released, he will come and have a good conversation with Rebel, myself, and he's got some real good insight to Man United and some real good ideas about how to improve. So big up to Bill Baggio. I love that name.
Big up.
Yeah, and Mehdi's in the
house. And I've got to say something about Bill here. The first time Bill actually, I came across Bill on the channel. It's some of the comments he was coming out with, I was going, oh my God, he's so insightful, isn't he? And I was thinking, oh my God, I better be careful how I'll respond back to him. But listen, Bill, respect, top guy.
I wonder if he's got a ponytail like Baggio, you know? I'm not sure. I just wonder where the name Baggio come from. What's the connection? Anyway, bath time with Vaughan is saying he's having tapas in 90 minutes. So he must be in Spain. He must be in Barcelona or somewhere.
Barcelona.
And chatting up some women. Mr. B is saying, Jesus, okay, no weirdos are the takeaway. Matthew, I wouldn't say that. He was going to take away. Matthew, you're not a weirdo. We love you. Bath time. So how excited has Solo been getting over 10 comments on his Twitter post? Do you want to elaborate on that? And
we'll do it later on.
Dismob is saying, yes, large up yourselves, lads. Yes, we will. Thank you. Big up, Dismos. Pat Lawless in the house as well. And
member
he's saying,
as well, Pat. You're a member as well.
I'm missing all the debates and discussion. Bath time just joined Disney in a disco. Hey, Macarena.
All right.
They're doing the Lombarda together, yes.
They are doing it. Absolutely brilliant. And Pat is a member as well. And we know Pat is going to sort himself out. Pat will be joining the channel sooner rather than later as well, because he's able to come on as well. And Pat is one of our longest serving members as well. I think he's actually longer than SHAH. He might be. I'm not sure. He might be. So guys,
let's confirm he hasn't got a ponytail. Sorry, last one. Yeah, thank you.
That's fine. So guys, let's kickstart the show. And as always, we always come to this whole thing. Let's put this up. There you go. So, guys, let's kickstart the show. We're talking about one Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba again. So reports are. So according to some reports, Man United are facing a huge backlash from some of the players at the moment due to the fact is Paul Pogba will be the highest earner at Manchester United on a staggering £400,000 a week with additional of add-ons, which will take to about 500, which is £500,000 a week in wages. Paul Pogba for Manchester United just this season, 1 goal, 9 assists, and all we're hearing from the camp is how he wants to leave the club. He doesn't want to sign a contract. New contract's been put out. We've just got the manager apparently just possibly over the line, and all of a sudden this news is coming out. So guys, talk to me. Rebel, let's kickstart with you. What is going on? Why is Manchester United offering a player who seems to go on international duty, every international duties, and complain about Manchester United?
My humble opinion was I thought the level of stupidity and delusion left when we got rid of certain Mr. Ed Woodward, who was an accountant that was making football-related decisions on the basis of how much it could yield on a commercial basis. Unfortunately for us, somebody in their wisdom has decided to rip up whatever contract was sitting on the table that Pogba wouldn't sign and offer this enhanced contract to him in a last-bid effort to keep him at club. What the motives for this are, I don't know, but because we all know that on his day, Pogba is an unplayable midfielder. But unfortunately for us, the number of times that we've seen Pogba play to the level that Pogba should be playing are about as many times as Mr. B has sworn on the channel. But with all due respect, this definitely is not a football-related decision, because the only thing that's going to happen if he does sign that contract is we're going to be looking at absolute wage structure nonsense. We've been trying to fix our wage structure since we had the Sanchez deal. We broke it then. Then we broke it with Ronaldo. And now we're looking to further break it with this absolutely insanity contract offer to Pogba. If he had earned it, I'd have said, no problem, take your money, sign your contract, and continue doing what you've been doing for Manchester United. But for a player of his caliber, I don't think anybody could say that his time here has been anything but abject failure. Now, it might not all be on Paul Pogba with that failure, but that is the reality.
Yeah. And then going back to that now, OMONDI, coming to you, I've always said on this channel, I think Manchester United as a club, the size of the club Man United are, and if anyone agree with what I'm saying as well, should players such as Paul Pogba or any Man United players, because we've got the highest wage bill in the Premier League and in probably world football, just put it that way, is there a chance we should be playing on sort of performance bonuses as well?
Yeah,
basically, go on.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. You've mentioned that a lot, Solo, and you're the first person really to bring up the idea to me about performance-related pay. That's our, in my employment right now, that's how we're being judged. We've got the hierarchy above us judging our performance, and they've got ways of judging our performance by checking what we're ticking all the boxes. And that's how it's done. It's like Big Brother watching you, but that's how we are judged to perform our job. So I'm making sure, even if I have to stay a little 45 minutes later, just to get my performance up, I'm making sure I'm getting the job done so I get the rightly paid. The right pay for myself, you know. But I'm interested because the comments are flying off about this right now. Can I just go through a few comments?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so about this Pogba thing. So if we get Pogba for 5 years on £500,000 a week, wow, I personally will riot. Not sure, but there will be one. No point in saying here. No one wants Pogba to stay. Says a bath time. This is typical Glazer move. Barcelona, I prefer those COVID bats flying around my house than Pogba to stay for 500 grand. No bueno, says Dismov. No, says Dawn Penn. I mean, Bill Badger says, give me half the wage. I promise I'll play more games. Jesus Christ. And does anyone in chat want Pogba to stay? Looks like a big no at bath time. Let Pogba go. I'm bored of the circus around him. He's been nothing but a flop for us, says Matthew Bassett. Medi's saying, I don't want Pogba. I don't want his agent to be involved in the club. Dismov is saying, fed up on Pogba and Riello. And yeah, so coming on Patrick Sykes, sorry, lied it. So hi, Pogba's failed, and I'm embarrassed to have him on the side. Duncan Edwards, keen, not emulated. So you're saying about performance-rated pay, maybe. One thing I won't deny is Pogba's a great player. Pogba is a great player, and I do think I might get some slack for this, but I do think when I look around since he arrived at Man United, he was promised he might win the league. He was promised a lot of stuff, and we all thought, oh yeah, it's a world-class player coming back. But I think we've kind of failed him with the team that he's been playing for. He's had Chris Smalling and Phil Jones. He's had Fellaini next to him and Herrera and all these things. Not teams that are going to dominate and win championships and titles and that kind of thing. You might say, oh, well, why does he need great players around? He must do it all himself for that sort of wage, you know? So I want to leave the wage out of this for now. I understand people get upset about the wage, all right? But I'm not, let's leave that out of it. Is he deserving of staying at Manchester United? That should be the real question, not about the wage. Does he deserve to stay at Man United? And everyone seems to say no, but I'm saying this crucial thing. The other day, the new manager in charge, apparently they've shook hands and said, we're making a deal. All my demands have been met. I'm coming to you now. So could one of those demands be, I like this guy Pogba, I want him to stay at Man United? Because suddenly we got news that we're offering a contract now. Do you see what I'm saying? Well, if he would have gone, he would have gone by now, I believe. And I'm sure maybe these big clubs don't really want him, or maybe negotiating something. But I don't know, I'm not qualified to say this. I think Pogba's a great player. I think on form, he should stay. And I think if it's a question mark, I'm just putting it out there. But if the new manager wants him and says, can you please try and keep Pogba?
Can I ask,
you know, because what manager would want to manage this guy and turn him around? I don't know.
That's one question. You mentioned form. What form?
No, I'm saying, all right, what I mentioned there was he's never played with great players at Man United. We've had different shapes, different systems we played in. It's really been difficult for him to settle in because he's thinking, what's going on around me? I've got Fellaini, playing with Fellaini, trying to play two-touch or thing with Fellaini in midfield. It's not the best, is it? So now that a new manager's come in, is Pogba thinking, oh, I like the way he plays, I like the possession-based football they have. That will suit me to the ground. Guys, is there contract on offer here? Or is the manager saying, I want Pogba to stay? What manager wouldn't want to work with Pogba? Looking at him, this guy's talented. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Monday, this is thing for you. This is comments for you.
Bill Badger says, no, Omondi, don't use that word great with Pogba. Come on, man. You see Keane, Scholes, Robson. He doesn't come close. I think Pogba's technically much better than Keane, much better than Robson in a way. But you're talking about players with desire, with the club, everything else. Give Pogba a break. He can play football. Give him the right motivation. Give him the right manager. I'm just putting a question mark out there. Maybe he could do something.
Okay. I got to put this one to you, Monday, because you obviously are putting up great defence for Pogba. If a player of that reputation is at Manchester United and they are the name, it is them that the younger players are looking to inspire greatness, to drive them forward into battle. Where has that been from Pogba? He's been quite happy to slink down into the sofa, take his wage check, and basically carry on with the modus operandi. When you saw Roy Keane on pitch, while he may not have had the technical ability of a Paul Pogba, he had more inspiration in his toenail than Pogba has given to Manchester United.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. Go on, Errol.
I was going to say, with Paul Pogba, I do like Paul Pogba, but I don't think Paul Pogba has been the best version of Paul Pogba in a Manchester United shirt. I do understand what you said on Monday about he hasn't really played around great player, but you got to look around like players like Steven Gerrard. Look at Steven Gerrard winning the Champions League. He wasn't playing with great players, was he? But he lifted those players and won the trophy. Now, as much as you're saying he ain't been playing around great players, he has been playing with great players. But Paul Pogba will show up when Paul Pogba want to show up. And that's for me.
What great players? So I've got a list here. He played Fellaini, Matic, Herrera, sometimes Danny Blind, who's the defender, sometimes Phil Jones in that midfield. I don't know if you can think of any other midfielders.
So who did Gerrard play in midfield with? Who did Gerrard play in midfield with when we went on Champions League?
I agree. Gerrard, that's a good example you gave. I'm saying, I'm looking at this. Why is this contract still on the offer? Why are we still offering this guy? If Man United didn't really want this guy, and all the fans are saying here, all the comments are saying that he's negative stuff about Paul Pogba. We don't want him there. Why is this contract on the table? Why is the contract on the table? All I'm doing is brainstorming, thinking, well, why would it be? What does Ten Hag want him in? Has he said that's part of the demands?
I think this is going to be a blazer for shirt sale.
Is Pogba? Yeah, maybe you're right there. I'm posing the question. What is this all about? What is this all about here? Is it because of merchandising? We don't want to lose this asset? I don't know. But I leave the money aside, guys. Forget the money, because you can say, oh, fine, that's too much money, whatever. Forget the money. Does he deserve to play for Man United? And based on what you said about Gerrard, I've seen comments there about Keane, Robson, all these things, desire, passion, all those things. Great, yeah, I totally agree with that. But we've got a talented player there who hasn't performed at Man United in so many years, and maybe he's coming to an end of it now. And I don't know where his mind's at, but I think if you could get something out of him, it would still be a major asset to our team if you can get something out of him, because he's still a great player.
Also, you're saying that. Go on, Rebel.
I'll just briefly. I do agree with Sola firstly that there is probably a commercial basis to this contract offer because he is big bucks in terms of advertising, etc. But I would prefer, and I think a lot of people would prefer, Fred operating at 90%, 100% of the time, than Pogba at 100%, 5% of the time.
Yeah, and a comment here on Monday.
Oh, sorry. So everyone is to blame for Pogba. No, I'm just putting it out there. I can't pronounce your name. SS. I can't pronounce your name. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just trying to break it. So Sepper. Nice to meet you, bro. It's nice to meet you.
Welcome to the channel.
Out here. And just another factor, another thing I want to put in place. So I've been watching a lot of Ajax lately and seeing how our players would fit in going forward. So if Pogba's going to be given a contract, where's he going to fit in? We already know Bruno's been given a contract, so he's a guy who's going to be sitting in this formation. So what they tend to do, they play a couple of things. They play PSV on the 23rd of January this year. That's the big game for Ajax in the league. They beat them away from home 2-1, and they played a 4-3-3. And Alvarez was in there with Ryan Gravenberch and another guy, I can't pronounce it, Burgess or something. So there's 3 of them in midfield, but they all have their role and they all perform it well. Other times they have Alvarez playing deep. He's a centre back basically, but he's playing as a defensive midfielder. So really, there's only 8 positions that are filled, and one's occupied maybe by Bruno if he employs his system at Man United, and the other one is up for grabs. So there's one place going, and we've got Donny van der Beek, Pogba, Fred, Garner, Hannibal. There's about 4 or 5 players who are gunning for one position. So if Pogba goes, it does free up the youngsters to come through and everything else. But I'm thinking, does Pogba see himself fitting into this formation? Does he see himself saying, finally, we have a manager coming in who's going to get the best out of me? You know, so these are all the question marks I'm putting up there. I'm not saying decisively what is right. I'm not giving you my opinion on it or saying I think that he should stay or whatever. I'm just saying what is going on here? Why is the contract on the table? Does Pogba think he can fit into the system? What about the other players? There's only 1 slot available, really. No, 2 slots: a defensive midfielder and a number 8. Bruno's already got that slot in midfield. So where's Pogba going to fit into all this? You know, is Pogba going to play as a deep line playmaker? Who knows?
OMONDI, you've upset Bill Baggio.
Good. I'll see you in the comments after the show, all right?
Bring him out. And would like to say as well, Red Devil Studio, welcome. Big up. Hope you're keeping well. So, OMONDI, do you mind some of these comments before we move on, please?
I've been chatting and waffling so much, I forgot to highlight a few.
Only 14 and 11 there, and only 14 likes. Come on, guys.
Okay, so twice he's been at the club, and both times he's failed to nail position. Yet he's worth £500,000 a week. This is from Bill Baggio. Good point. Barthan saying PRP is used for short-term contractors and has a long history of being shown to be poor for long-term workplace morale. Performance-related pay. Sorry, This is what I was talking about earlier. And as well as breeding selfish attitude in the team environment. That's a good point, actually. TalkMU saying, I don't want Pogba or Ronaldo to be a barrier to Ten Hag having complete authority from the start. Baggio saying, no, Monday, don't use the word great with Pogba. Come on, man. You see Keane, Scholes, Robson. He doesn't come close. And yeah, I do agree with you. I wanted to shout out Mehdi as well. Mehdi saying, Pogba is definitely worth £500 a week, but only the 1 week where he's actually performed as the best midfielder in the world. The other 51 weeks, he was worth a quarter of what Fred is paid. He set me up there. I was just about to pick you up, you know. Dismob is saying, if Pogba wants to stay and Ten Hag wants him, then he won't complain. See, that's my point. I want what Ten Hag wants. And suddenly he's made demands. They've agreed on demands, and maybe this is one of the demands. Great players shine no matter how bad the team is. That's a good point. As you said with Gerard Solo. Is this what you feel like when Mr. B? Sorry, is this from bath time? Is this what you feel like, Mr. B, when OMONDI defends Maguire? Pogba needs to be shot out of a cannon. Oh God, this is good. This is good stuff. And obviously, we will say welcome to the channel to Sep.
Welcome, big up.
Separ, I think. Big up, man. Patrick saying, absolutely rebel. The return has failed under several managers. The second return, a no, unfortunately. He's doing the Dawn Pen thing as well. And leave Phil Jones out of this, said Bill Baggio.
Get Phil Jones out of your mouth.
Paul ain't fit to eat Phil's crayons. It's all going off in the comments. Oh, my God.
Here, and we haven't even got to saying that John O'Shea is a better investment than Harry Maguire yet. So wait till they click on this.
It is kicking off. It's kicking off. I must admit, you make some really good points, you two up there, about great players and what they're supposed to do. Yeah. So
you got this one here.
Sorry, Andy Herbert. Happy birthday from last week. He said, Fergie sold Pogba. Man United survived. If he goes again, Man United will survive again. One player doesn't make a team.
I agree.
Okay. And Separ says, I personally think that he isn't worth keeping around, considering his consistency and all the circus that surrounds him. So, yeah, it's a big no from everyone in the comments.
It's a big no from everyone in the comment, really. Yeah. Also, you got to remember as well, if Paul Pogba then gets this contract, he becomes the highest paid player at Man United. So he'll overtake Cristiano Ronaldo, who is on a whooping 450k a week. And then behind that is David De Gea. as well. And I'm going to say, if Paul Pogba, honestly, if we could sit there right now and say, right, Paul Pogba not to have this contract or sign this contract, and we can go out and we can get, like, with the wages over the years we're paying him. So we're paying, who's got quick maths? We're paying 400, we're paying what, 500k a week. Yeah, that's $500,000 a week we're paying him. We could probably go out and actually buy 2 decent midfield players with that money, and young players as well, up and coming players with that money. So
25.5 million.
Pardon?
25.5 million in the year.
There you go. And it's a 3-year contract as well.
75, but 76.5 million.
There you go. So you can buy 2 players for that money in wages, and you probably get a lot more out of those players than what you get from Paul Pogba right now. Because having people look at it and look at the mold for Arsenal, look at Ozil, gave Ozil a big pay pack. What happened to Ozil? You then gave what's his name, Aubameyang, a big pay package. What happened? It always stemmed. Yeah. You give Phil Jones a big contract. What happened?
The difference is that Aubameyang and Ozil were playing okay. That's why they were given a new contract. Pogba's not playing great, and we're trying to give him a new contract. I don't know if the rumours are true. So I don't know. Rebel.
Even though, if you would imagine it, Manchester or Aubameyang is pretty much balling out for Barcelona at the moment, so he has proven that he's worth the money. But I think, just to finish off the point on the Pogba contract, I think there's a larger issue than just Paul Pogba 500,000. We've talked about wage structure at Manchester United for quite some time. Sol has given his offerings on how he would structure the wages, but I think we've been absolutely negligent in the contracts that we've offered, because if you look at certain players and the amounts that they're on, for to be bench players, part-time first-team players, it does not make sense. And this is where the real problem is at Manchester United. And it hopefully, with the Rangnick appointments and him consulting upstairs, with Ten Hag coming in, we will start to be run financially as a football club. Look, what's going to happen is going to happen in the Glazer side and the commercial side. We have no control over that. But we can control the money that we do spend, and we've spent it badly up to now, and we've allocated our wage funds badly up to now, and that needs to change.
Yeah. I'll just make 2 quick points before we close on this subject, please. One is, I was really impressed with Loftus-Cheek. He played yesterday. He's been at Chelsea. He's been at loan at Crystal Palace. I think he's a great player. He's got good attributes. He's tall, strong, technically good, but he's just had injuries and never really found his place, you know. But yesterday and this season, I think the manager, who we can't doubt, has found a position for him, and he played really well and didn't look out of place in a big game like that against Real Madrid. And I'm really happy for him to see someone come through. But it's just about finding your role and finding your position, as we're going to come on to the next subject about finding a role in the team and how systems and everything can create a player and make a player look terrible as well. The other factor I want to say is that I saw an article about James Garner from the Nottingham Forest, you know, and saying that he doesn't want to come back to Man United unless he's to be sitting on the bench. So this Pogba thing, imagine he's sitting there thinking, right, I performed, I've done everything I needed to do. I've made Nottingham Forest a team again. They're in, my name's on everyone's lips, and I'm going to come back to Man United and see Pogba playing ahead of me. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's so many factors here that we need to consider. And we need a bigger show, a longer show to really go through all this, because there's so much change happening at Man United right now.
Exciting. But then this is the same thing with Matthew right now, what Matthew is saying. And I honestly believe what Matthew is saying. If we give this deal to Pogba, this is going to ruin Manchester United, because not only we're paying British tax and European tax on players and everything else, this now is we even going to, like, agents going to see us and go, well, they need us, so that's it. Like, for me right now, I keep saying about hitting the reset button. Honestly, I think Pogba shouldn't sign a new contract. I also think, as much as I like David De Gea, but he's not the problem at Man United at the moment. I think he needs to got all the high earners at United right now. We need to scrap this high earner and bring in some of these younger players and players that will fit in a system of a Ten Hag, and then go from there, really. Armando, would you mind going through some of the comments, and then we're going to move on to the next subject? And guys, whilst Armando is going through the comments, Pogba to sign a new contract, 1. Pogba to not sign a new contract, 2, please, in the comments.
Actually, before he does, Mady said he'd take 10% of what Pogba's getting. I'd have 1%. Then my 10%.
Well, listen, I was 0.05%. I don't mind. I'll take it.
Just want to say big up to the Jamaican in the house. It's a
big up.
Jago,
Welcome to the
Manchester.
channel as well.
Yes, I see you the other day. So you're coming back,
up.
coming back for more. You must like it. Yes, must taste
like
good.
It, you know. Where are you from? Where are you from? Are you actually from Jamaica? Let us know. I was born in Jamaica, so let us know. I was born in Limehall, St. Anne's.
Whenever you mention Jamaica, I mean, talking, he's always talking about his favorite shit.
He did say last night that he was in Jamaica, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let us know what part of Jamaica.
So here we go. Matthew Bassett with some common sense. He says it sets a bad precedent by giving Pogba $500,000 a week. And we saw this when I'm reading all the article and doing all the research. It does say that the players might be a bit upset to see someone like that who hasn't been performing, gets injured half a season, every season, not getting that sort of money. Is that deserving? You know, a bit of unbalance there. So it might upset the projection room as well. Bargav is saying, hi, Bargav, how you doing? Before I say go on. He says, I wish I was in Pogba's shoes. He's saying, damn, not start a game and be worth $500,000 a week. Many saying, give me 10%. Obviously, we've said this about what Pogba earns. Here we go. Bartha saying, put OMONDI on the spot solo and ask yes or no to a new contract. Only yes or no.
Yeah, go on, OMONDI. Yes or no. Just a yes or no.
Answer the question.
MAISEY, I hope you're keeping well.
Big up to MAISEY. Long time no see.
Thank you.
You've been away, but welcome back. Welcome home to the family. She's like our little sister. But growing up so fast,
so much
running
love for
teams. Go and check out MAISEY and Devils United TV.
Big up.
And she also I learned something today about they got a great fullback at the women's team because MAISEY covers all the women's games and they're doing really well, a bit like the under 18s right now. Sorry, moving on. Imagine this is from Separ. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Imagine how Bruno will feel when he's sitting there thinking, I'm the most productive guy in the team and getting paid half of as much. Yeah, that's a great point. And so there's a lot of twos here, which means
go through them. Like, there you go.
Two,
on Monday.
Two, TALKMU 2, Andy Herbert 2. Andy Herbert, it's nothing to do with
Andy Herbert, what are you doing?
Mehdi says 2. Bargav says 2. And Desmond's in it. Talk about Jamaica. Oh, no. Desmond was from Grenada or one of another island.
Yeah.
2. Pogba getting a new contract. Says Andrew Williams. Hi, Andrew Williams.
Big up, Andrew.
You just joined us, and he's saying no too. What a joke he's saying. Solo, you're right. So right. We need a clean break from Pogba and a fresh outlook at Man United. Bath time again. Put me on the spot. Saying yes or no. I'm saying. Forget the wages and everything else. If a manager comes
on Monday, yes or no. Yes or no?
No. Before I say it, I'm saying, no, if a manager coming in, I'm going to get the best out of him. I'll be determined to get the best out of him. Say, keep that guy. I'm going to make him work. I'm going to get the best out of him. As an example, use it Loftus-Cheek. Good managers will get the best out of him. Trust me. Andrew Williams is saying, so it's a yes from me. Andrew Williams is saying, anyone watching? No, we're not watching the game. We're on here. And big up to Lewis Clark. How you doing, Lewis Clark?
Welcome back.
Says no way should they be paying him even 150k. He's only going to sign for us because no one else wants him. That's a good point. And loads of twos, loads of highs. And
even the United agenda is doing 2 as well. Hands are tied.
Archbishop Desmond.
Actually, 2. Before you go any further, I just would like to clarify a point because I saw this on Twitter today. Mr. Cantona, as he's known on Twitter, he was saying it's not Pogba's fault that he's been offered 500k. He is only going to take the dinner plate that's put out in front of him. It's the idiot in the board that decided, here you go, here's an offer of 500k per week. So nobody should be getting upset with Pogba and causing infliction towards Pogba. It's not his fault somebody's stupid enough to give him that much money.
Can I just say, I want you to say in your Irish accent, idiot again, because it sounds so...
Idiot.
Yeah, idiot. A bit like Jamaicans.
Idiot.
Or in Irish, we call them Amadons.
In Jamaican, you call them idiot. So 20 in the chat, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you are in the chat and you know what to do, just hit the like. And remember, guys, 20 in the chat. If you would like to come onto the United Agenda, all you need to do is become a member to join TALKMU and Mr. B on the watch along on whenever we play, really. Hopefully not Thursday night in any Conference Cup. And also Friday night takeaway, and that's with Mr. B and Talk as well, guys. So on Monday, there's loads of comments. So guys, we're going to move on to the next subject. We've been here on this one for ages. Oh, so what's next?
I just say no more comments on Pogba. We're moving on now, guys.
So guys, this one is about one of the legend, probably one of the greatest centre-backs at Manchester United. When everyone asks me to do a 1 to 11, I have to pick him all the time, even though I think Vidic put his body through everything for United. I just think Rio Ferdinand was... I think Liverpool nicked it off us with the Rolls Royce, because Rio Ferdinand was like the Rolls Royce of Manchester United. Like Pele said, he's probably the greatest centre-back he's ever seen with the ball at his feet. That is, you know, you got to take it. You got to take it. So, guys, Rio Ferdinand has compared... Gone.
I'm just laughing at Pele. Pele says that a lot of players.
Listen, if he says about...
When he's in England, he says, oh, that guy, Steve Ball, he's fantastic, you know?
Rio Ferdinand today compare Harry Maguire's stint to Pique at United. Now, guys, we got to go through this a bit more in more details. And again, Amanda, we keep going back to this Harry Maguire. And last season, when Harry Maguire got injured, I got a bit upset. I didn't rate him at all. I don't think he should be the United captain. I still don't think he should be United captain anyway. But has Rio Ferdinand got a point? Because I know you got quite a lot on this. And I think me and Rebel is going to sit back, put our feet up, get a cigar, because we're going to be for ages with you, with Maguire and defending him. So come on, Amanda. Is it...
You got your slippers on, have you, Rebel? All right, so this is a really interesting point, because when we looked at this, we said, well, what's he saying here? So he's saying he's compared him. There's a likeness between Maguire and Pique. I'm thinking, well, what do you mean by that? Maguire's 29 years old. Pique was only 17, stayed at Man United for 4 years. And the difference is Pique couldn't get in the side because Rio was with Vidic. There's no chance for him to get in. But I think when we scratch the surface here, what he's trying to say is that it's about the system. Pique, he's saying if Pique would have stayed at Man United, the way they're playing, the style of play under Ferguson and everything else, maybe he wouldn't be the player he was. He's still playing to this day, Pique, and he's still a great player. We know him for Barcelona and what he did at Barcelona in the system. It's a system that benefited Pique to make him one of the best centre-backs in the world in his peak for that great Barcelona side. We all know that him and pairing up with him and Mascherano or him and Puyol or whoever, he's been one of the best centre-backs over the last maybe 15, 20 years. That's for sure. No doubt about it. So would he have progressed at Man United? There's a question mark. We just don't know. And there's different style of football. Football suits him at Barcelona. So I think he's trying to say, he also went on to say that when Harry Maguire plays for England, he's played good. You can't doubt him. So Rio Ferdinand is not burying Harry Maguire here. He's saying for some reason he's come back this year and he hasn't looked good, you know. But then he's saying, well, look at him in the Euros. He was one of the best players. Look at him previously in the World Cup and thing for England. He looks good for England. Why can't he transform that form to Man United this season, for example? Now, I've looked into that. And this is where I'm going to go on and make a little presentation about what I think Rio's trying to say here. Firstly, I will say this. Now, I put a question mark out. Last year, when Harry Maguire, I'm one of these Man United's, Maguire's defence lawyer. Yes, I am. I will defend him to the hill. Last year, I felt Rio was quite critical towards Maguire because I thought Maguire was getting to that level where, we got a good centre back again, and he's doing really well. So I thought, is this rubbing you up the wrong way to see that an English centre back, is doing well at Man United? Because some of the comments from Rio, I thought, that's a bit questionable, you know. Give the guy credit, but he's since gone downhill. So Rio can really talk for him. Rio's trying to say he plays well for England. So when I look at it, said, well, let's look at 2018. Now, first of all, let's look at 2002. And because Maguire's done something Rio's never done. He's got to semi-final of the World Cup and he's got to the final of the Euros. If you look at 2002, England got to the quarters and the lineup was a 4-4-2 with Rio and Sol in centre backs with Ashley Cole and Mills. And then you got Beckham, Scholes, Button, Sinclair, Heskey and Owen ahead of him. You know that shape, 4-4-2. They were up against Brazil and they ended up losing 2-1. And one of the goals, Ronaldinho, left Ashley Cole in his arse. Rio Ferdinand couldn't get to Rivaldo. It was really, they got played through. That's a goal where they played through you. So since then, I think what's important to know here is Southgate. This is why I admire Southgate. I think he's done really well. Southgate witnessed 1990. In 1990, Bobby Robson, who was a great manager, during the tournament, changed from a 4 at the back to a 5-man back line, which ended up being in the semi-final against Germany. He had Mark Wright playing sweeper, Butcher, Des Walker. You never beat Des Walker. Paul Parker, we know Paul Parker, right back for Man United, and Pearce. That was the 5-man back line. Then you had Gaza, Waddle, and Platt ahead of them. So that was security. That was giving England a chance with a secure back line, because England have never really done well since 1966. So Southgate's taken it on board. That was so under Venables in 96, when Southgate missed a penalty against Germany in the semi-finals. They played a 5 at the back, another system which benefited England. And they got, so in 1990, they got to semi-final. In 96, they got to the semi-final. Going far in tournaments based on being secure at the back. Get another man back in there. They had Seaman, Southgate, Adams, Pearce. That's 3 centre-backs. McManaman and Anderton were doing a disciplined role as sort of wing-backs, what we call wing-backs now. And then you have Platt, Gaza, and Ince ahead of them. And obviously no SHAH, Sheeran and Sheringham. So when you see Rio, unfortunately was not... If Glenn Hoddle would have stayed in 98, Glenn Hoddle said the other day, Rio, if I would have loved to have worked with Rio, unfortunately he got to 98. You know what happened after that. He was let go. Same with Venables. Great coaches there, Venables and Hoddle. England let them go. So Rio was unfortunately never able to play in a 5-man back line, which probably would have done under Glenn Hoddle and could have got further in the tournament, maybe won a World Cup or something. You never know. So I think that's the factor there. It's about the system, which is really important. So in 2018, in the Euros just now, we had Rice and Phillips ahead of Maguire in a back 3 or a back 4 sometimes. And these are 2 defensive players protecting Maguire, protecting the defenders. This is what's important. That's why they've gone far, like in 1990, like 96. And then in 2018, you're not going to believe this, but in 2018 World Cup, in the semi-final against Croatia, we had Walker for pace. This is Kyle Walker in a back 3 with Stones and Maguire, protection. Pace there, Stones there, Maguire's there, all for protection. You had Trippier and Young as wing-backs, protection, compact. And ahead of them, you had Henderson, so only one sort of defensive midfielder, and Ali and Lingard. Imagine that. But they had to do the role. Whereas, something it's really important. Ali and Lingard played as number 8s, whatever, but they would come back and they would form their role. And that's why England got far in 2018. So I think what he's trying to say is it's a system that really matters. And for England, he does well because the system is gauged to protect them, because Southgate's got knowledge of 1990 and definitely got knowledge of 96 and realises good coaches will protect England and give them a base to build on by having a great, secure and compact backline.
Okay, on Monday, there's lots of before we go into it on Monday, there's a few comments we need you to go through, if you wouldn't mind. Guys, 21 in the chat. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're old like us, just hit the like button. Let's get at least 40 likes before we come off.
Just one brief comment before you go into the comments. I just like to solve the conundrum. Is it flabbergasted?
Okay, let's go. So first one, Baffy Bassett saying, Maguire fooled everyone into thinking he was a centre-back. That's a good one. Here's one. Why don't they sing Never Beat Kyle Walker? That's a great thing. Des Walker's song was one of my favourites, and it's true. Hardly anyone beats Kyle Walker either, and his name's Walker as well. So that's a good one. Bath time, your best one yet. Andrew Williams saying anyone who wanted Simeone should be shot. Okay. Okay, he's getting upset there. Bath time saying this is the height of tactical analysis. If it's 1995, thank you very much.
Back into history.
Devil's United saying I could listen to OMONDI for hours. Thank you, Devils United.
Have you read Mike out as well? You got this one from Mike. I don't know if have you read it. Hotspurs Hustler.
So where is OMONDI going with this? For F's sake, someone help him. That's Mike from Paxton Road. Thank you, Mike.
Big up, Mike.
To try to blow me up here. And I'll counter that with OMONDI saying I'm on fire.
He's going to be in the WhatsApp group now, hunting you down.
So we're saying that. So we're saying let's talk about De Gea and the compact back line. Good point. OMONDI, good analogy. Bless you. Thank you, Patrick. Bill, at the end of the day, we shouldn't waste play on the pitch to cover Maguire's many flaws. I think you've got to work with what you got in a way, but you do make a good point there, Badger. And he's the captain, says Sapir. It's not just about form, it's about character, leadership, taking responsibility, pushing people forward. He doesn't do any of that. And in capital letters, plays like shite. That's it. Yeah.
And big up.
Rusty
as always,
Saw Blade, welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been here for ages.
Can I ask 2 follow-up questions of a Monday? Because obviously there's a certain manager that's due to come in, and we did cover briefly some of the hallmarks that will be the Ten Hag tactics. And one of those headings that we sat under yesterday was purposeful defenders. Do you think and believe that Harry Maguire has the ability to break into space via aggressive defensive manoeuvring and positioning?
Who are you asking, Solo?
No.
Oh no, I'm not the defender.
Let me just put it this way. I love Dutch football. I love Dutch football. Let me just name a couple of Dutch centre backs that
Notice how he won't say yes or no.
I know he won't.
I cannot be restricted like that. You know, let's expand. I like to play expansive football and give expansive answers. The Dutch, they play a great game. Their possession-based game. Hopefully, we're going to get that sort of style of football like Ajax are playing right now. I think when you got that sort of football, you need good ball players on the ball as centre-backs. You look at Ronald Koeman, for example. He's one of my favourite players of all time. Scored so many goals from free kicks, that kind of thing. And on the ball, he could deliver ping balls left, right, centre at pace. You know, such a great player. You look at Frank de Boer, also a great player. Could do, remember that ball he played against Argentina in 98 to Bergkamp, about 60, 70 yards, straight to feet. Bergkamp flicked it over the guy's head and scored one of the greatest goals of all time. So these guys are great defenders, but they're not fast. They're not fast. We've seen David Platt running away from Ronald Koeman, and Ronald Koeman having to pull him back, which he didn't get sent off for. I don't know to this day. But I'm saying you don't need to be fast in a system like the Dutch system where they're being successful. You get a lot of guys playing this sort of like sweeper or libero sort of role, and it's all about possession. So you've got the ball the majority of the time. It's all about what you can do on the ball. So I think Maguire, I'm going to hand this over to Solo, because Solo was saying to me before the show, and I'm not trying to stitch you up here, Solo, but you were talking about how Maguire could fit into this Dutch or this Eric system. And I think you were saying something along the lines of what his attributes, what he's got. Do you want to just add to that then, please?
Oh, do you have to stitch me up with Harry Maguire? Really?
Just before you
were boosting him up.
Before you do, the profile that Ten Hag is establishing in his tactics is the ability to break into space, be aggressive defending, centre-backs that have good football distribution and are comfortable carrying the ball up the pitch. That's the profile.
Over to Solo. That's what, comfortable carrying the ball up the pitch. You were talking about Maguire earlier. Don't change now.
Can I throw him under the bus? Can I throw Maguire under the bus now?
No, you just said what you said to me earlier.
So no, honestly, I think in the system with Ten Hag coming in, I think he would be able to fit into the system at Man United with how Ten Hag play, because with Maguire, the fridge, basically he can carry the ball. You've seen it on the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you've seen it for England, you've seen it for Man United. He can carry the ball upfield. Just how Rio Ferdinand used to be able to carry the ball. Not as good as Rio Ferdinand, but, you know, close-knit. With Ten Hag and the way and the system of how he plays, what you'll do is, if you can find at Man United, and this is where we go back to the Pogba situation, we need to find a defensive midfield player, a CDM, who can actually fill the gap whilst he's going forward. If we can find someone, basically, in my opinion, he can fit into the Ten Hag system at Manchester United. He can.
There's an interesting few sets of players that I was looking at, the way that his defence operates. Maguire and whoever is next to Maguire, if that is what's going to be happening next season, they're going to need the ability to be very fluid, playing high lines, making sure that there's always a certain core of players that are maintaining in the backfield. So if the left wing back goes forward, then the two centre-backs, the defensive midfielder and the right back are holding their line, a high line. And you can see that he alters the way that operates at all times. So Harry Maguire is going to have to operate at a completely different level, as will every single defender that will be on the books of Manchester United next year. There's a lot more to talk about in terms of that way of progressing the ball. Ten Hag likes to pull the opposition out of position. There's so much that is going on in the way that Ten Hag likes to play. We will have to up our game in terms of effort and productivity on and off ball.
Yeah. And that's what it's going to boil down to. It's about desire. And for us as a team, this is where my problem is. Like I said, I do like Pogba, but where will Pogba play at Manchester United? Because right now we desperately need a defensive midfield player. Oh, you're frozen, Rebel. Can't see you.
I was only pointing out the middies comment. That's all.
Oh yeah. So we do need someone there to hold it and also to cover those spaces, because with Ten Hag, it does show with like his progression, where he's attacking, how he likes his midfield to basically drop back in and basically fill those gaps. Now, is the players at Man United, can you convert some of these players? Because I look at some of these players are not being very. They don't show any desire. They don't show any commitment. They don't show anything as a man. They don't play for the badge at Manchester United. So that's why, yes, we will say that. I'm thinking Maguire will fit in the system. I will say Maguire will fit in the system. I will say it. I'll put it out there.
Yeah.
But being captain at Man United, no.
I totally agree with you. Look, everyone's shell-shocked at Man United right now. Being the captain, you're the one who's going to get labelled with all the BS and everything else. And rightly so, he has played really poor this year. But I think if you're playing in a confident team, it's like me. If I'm playing sort of at my age now, I'm playing with a lot of youngsters who run. And I can't stand it, because I can't run like that anymore. If I play with good players around me and I'm very vocal when I play centre-back, I organise my defence so I don't have to do the running, and I get more confidence on the ball. And then these young kids stop rushing me because I can just turn, pop it and get the return, play triangles around them like that. And it's easy for me. But if I'm playing in a team that I give them ball and I don't get any confidence in my teammates, then it becomes a panic and I'm blowing out my backside by halftime and getting called in to take me off, that sort of thing. So I think the same applies to Harry Maguire. If he plays next year under a good system where we've got a lot of possession and he can use the ball, which we all agree he's got strong points with the ball, he can carry the ball like Rudiger. There's a good example there about Rudiger, carry the ball into the opposition half and like sort of thing. He will get his confidence back again and be the player that he was, why he was picked for the 2018 World Cup and why he performed so well at the international level. I think he's got good attributes. At the moment, lack of confidence and the poor team is really affecting him, and he's one looking bad out there.
Okay, so 28. Sorry, I'm going to come back to you, Rebel Bot. There's 28 in the chat. 28 likes. There's 18 in the chat. Amanda, would you like to go through some of these comments before we lose them?
Oh God!
And Mike Hotspurs is in the building. Believe you me, he's in the building.
My only follow-up was Monday said that he's very vocal as a centre back.
He's not.
Obviously, enough. Yeah,
not Maguire. Sorry.
Yeah. Whereas, like, if we have to have a vocal centre back, is he going to be able to develop that attribute? Because that is the very key to what's going to be needed in a Ten Hag system, is communication.
And the learning curve. He's going to have to adapt to this new system and start reading his books from now. Just going through the comments. Andrew Williams is saying Rudiger is an elite at carrying the ball up the pitch. And we've seen that many times. He's really good at that, So here we go with Mike Hotspur. I'm going to give you some airtime here, Paxton Road. You're saying, you boys are making me laugh tonight. Wait till Maguire's defending high on the halfway line. He's going to get shredded. Not by Harry Kane, he won't, because he can run with him. He can jog with Harry Kane. Harry Kane can't at all, as he's proven when we beat you twice this season. Anyway, Andrew Williams saying, our players look to lack stamina. We are spent force after 25 minutes of a hard press. So we're right. We need that more aggression. We need to get a lot fitter and get the guy in early so we can have a good pre-season. Make them run their so they're blowing out the backsides. Medi saying, and wing backs can go either what he's talking about the system. Wing backs can go either wide or inside, what we've seen with Pep, and become extra midfielders. It's kind of like a new version of Cruyff's total football, and it's extremely attacking. Yeah. Pep's sort of tweaked that, hasn't he, with that sort of inverted fullback or wing backs. It's a really good system, but you need to have a good, like Cancelo. You need to have that sort of those attributes where you're good on the ball and you can play midfield. Trent, for example, and Reece James, they can do that, I reckon. Bargav saying, very good luck with Maguire, who isn't slow but unbelievably slow. I love it. Sorry. Omondi is the reincarnation of Neville Chamberlain. Appeasement. Yes. Neville Chamberlain went over to Germany and came back and, oh, yes, we've appeased the enemy here, And it didn't
Half time, don't get him started.
Rebels in the house. He said, I'd say we've got more chance of Fergie coming on the channel tonight than getting Omondi to answer the question yes or no. Okay.
Yeah. So right,
Sorry,
I'm going to play a little trick now, guys, with you.
Sorry, Patrick, last one. Sorry, Patrick, I missed Patrick. He's saying Maguire communication with Ran is non-existent. Okay, you can't teach it. It's inherent.
So, guys, we need a vote. There's 15 in the chat. One, on Monday has to give a straight answer of yes as number one. Number two is a no. So the question was regarding was it Harry Maguire? What Bathtime was asking about?
Well, he said about. I thought it was a yes no about Pogba. Should Pogba?
Sorry, yes no. Sorry, yes no. Pogba sell. 16 in the chat. Yes no. Pogba sell. Right. If the highest number we get on Monday has to just give a straight answer.
What's the question?
Whether or not you sell Pogba or not. Whether or not you sell Pogba or not.
Sell him.
Yeah, sell or keep. One is to sell. Two is keep.
Me personally, I think it's a squad game. And I think
but they answer. They want a yes or no from you. Nothing else. Nothing else. At the moment, we're going to come back to it because at the moment you've got.
I'm just going to come back and slap me in my face.
If
I'm a manager, I'm going to work with Pogba and get the best out of him. If I can't, then I let him go. I'm saying yes, keep Pogba. Then I'm saying keep Pogba.
He's saying keep Pogba. Jesus.
Yeah,
everyone on Monday, literally, on Monday, it's loads of ones.
That's fine. That's fine. That's what football's about. I mean, we're going to here to agree to disagree. We all see it. It's all an opinion, isn't it?
I'm going to start calling him. I'm going to start calling him the politician now instead of the defensive coach.
Hey, Macarena. Hey, all right.
All right. What's this one?
Sections. I need to be sections. I have to be sections. You'd have to be a danger to yourself.
That's what he says.
Yeah. All right.
Andrew Williams. Everyone's giving a one. Everyone's a one. What's this? Brilliant, guys. Absolutely.
I've really enjoyed this show. The interaction is great. I think.
Brilliant.
What is clear is that Pogba is no longer got the love of the fans.
Guys, 17 watching, and we've only got 28 likes. We did say we want 35 before we go off air. So we're gonna drop one more subject, and it's just a quick yes or no. So Amanda, can you give a yes or no? Yeah. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Big up. Even he just come to the show. Oh,
he knows what's on. I'll be saying Jay Billy Josh saying no. Pogba's got not worth the money. I will get my boots out for $1,000 a week and probably play the same rubbish as him.
Wow. On Monday, we're going to wind down some of the comments, actually.
Bartime said, I thought you lot stopped doing the Monday of the week, and he's managed to produce the Monday of the century tonight. Have you got some tapas to eat? Go on. I hope you see the tapas. Mike, I enjoyed the show. The Maguire talk. Yeah, big up, Mike.
Big up.
Go and check out Paxton Road if you're a Spurs fan. Andrew Williams saying, Amondi, top man, love how eloquently he defends the indefensible. And Mehdi saying the question was if Amondi wants the club to continue to rot from the inside out or not. Rusty saw blade, and Amondi said yes to it. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Rusty
so guys,
remember,
if you are a member on the channel, what you need to do is you can come on to watch along with TalkMU and Mr. B. And that could be whenever we're playing a game. We're playing Arsenal. We're playing Norwich this week. If you want to come on, just be a member. We got the Arsenal game coming up as well, and you got the Friday night takeaway as well. And you got tomorrow night as well, guys, in your own company. You got Mr. B, who will be hosting tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. So if you haven't seen Mr. B yet, big up. If you ain't seen Mr. B yet, he'll be back tomorrow with himself, and I believe he'll be with Paddy. And he'll be with possibly TalkMU as well. I think that's the show. And then we have got Friday night. We are joined by Phil, myself, possibility on Monday. And yeah, I believe that might be it for the thing. But we're just going to wind down the comments now, guys, quickly. If you're watching, like, share, and subscribe, please. We're on Maniac Jenna. We're on the road to 1.5K. We're not that far away from 1.5K, guys. hit that like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. It doesn't cost at all. And also set your notification bell as well. Amanda, would you mind going through some of the comments? There's loads of comments from the top.
Andrew
and we'll just
Williams,
wind it
man,
down.
you've been great tonight. Great banter, Andrew.
Thank you.
He's been saying top show, fellas. Super sends, fantastic show, great interaction. Keep up the good work, guys. Thank you very much. Matthew saying top show as always. Big up everyone on the show and in the chat. Yeah, mainly in the chat because you guys are currency. What we work for, man. You guys are there for us every week, every day. Mehdi saying, Mr. B, the man, the myth, the legend. I'll tell you how much of a legend he is. You should see it. Seriously, we need to do a series, Fly in the Wall series of Mr. B following him around work when he's running around London town and giving out lots of road rage. Honestly, you have to see what he's up to. It's hilarious. Bath Time's ready for his tapas.
Big up Bath Time. And Bath Time is all the way in Spain, supporting the channel. And I know Pat Lawless as well is in Costa Bravo, one of those as well, supporting the channel as well. Big up.
Big. And the sun's coming out here, guys. So everyone have a lovely weekend as well. It's bank holiday weekend. Yeah. Big up to Bill Badjo. Badjo, it's lovely to see you in the comments. And hopefully we have a little argument after the show. And never stop arguing, OMONDI. You're bigger than most of us. So
100%.
Rusty sort of blade. I'm gentle. Mehdi says, another great show as usual. See you all guys tomorrow. Tell a friend so this channel can continue to grow. It deserves to be so much in the capital letters bigger. Wow, this is lovely.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
OMONDI, that would be box office, bro. Yeah, big up, guys. Honestly, that's
big up. And I always come out with my little speech, but it's not a speech, guys. I do appreciate every single person in this channel who support the channel. And also, without you guys in the chat, we wouldn't really and truly have a channel. So we've got to be grateful. We do this for a laugh. We do this for fun. It does take up quite a lot of our time as well. We technically, literally every day, we're talking every day to try and improve it. So the content we're bringing you guys is updated content and also making sure we're giving you the best of ourselves and the best version of ourselves. And we're not professional, but one thing about us, it's our personality. We like to bring it to you guys. So, you know, a few more comments here on Monday.
So Pat Lawless, he's doing a bath time as well, so he's out and about. He's saying, "Gents, I can't hear shagging words you guys are saying, and I'm still loving the show. That's how good you are."
That's so Irish. That works.
And he's from Ireland. Yeah, he's Irish as well. Yeah, big up.
Andy Herbert saying, "Good stream, lads. Pogba out and Maguire out." He's laughing his head off. And,
18 in the chat.
Pat Lawless, laughing at Pat Lawless, but respect to you, bro. Yes, respect to everyone.
18 in the chat, guys. 18 in the chat. And, you know, like I said, we do appreciate. And we are on the road to 1.5K at the moment. We're so close to it. But we won't do it without your help as well by sharing it, talking about us. And also, guys, as well, we are making a couple of hoodies as well. So we are going to have some hoodies sooner or later. And again, you just need to contact us if you would like one as well. So we're working around stuff as well to get some merchant. So you guys as fans of the channel can also support and promote the channel as well. So guys, thank you so much, Jay. You've been with us a long time as well. We've got to give you a lot of respect for that as well. Thank you so much. Keep going. Thank you so much as well. What's this going for? I've come a long way since first. Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I'm going to say this to you as well. We were talking about a show. I'm going to end this in a minute. We were talking about when me and Mr. B first came on and ever did the Man United agenda, and we went right back, and it was horrible. And then when OMONDI joined us, oh, it was horrible. Me and Mr. B was sitting there going,
and then when Rebel joined us,
it was nasty.
Well, somebody had to climb up a step ladder and punch Mr. OMONDI Germany's face.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's OMONDI's one, actually. Oh, guys. Yeah, guys, listen, from us, you know, it's big up. It's absolute big up. And a lot of respect.
Share the show, guys. Just share it with your friends. Let's get some more views out there. Thank you so much.
Just
so close, guys. So close.
Quick, brief one, just because I would like to see some of our viewers' views in the comments. Ten Hag's number 2 has been identified as possibly being Van der Gaag, the guy that he's working with at Ajax. Robin Van Persie is still in line for a role at Manchester United. Rooney and Ferdinand are both believed to have declined offers of roles. Nunes, the guy from Benfica that we have been chasing, will only join a Champions League club, he has said. We have sent scouts to watch a River Plate midfielder by the name of Enzo Fernandez. So that's some news in brief, just to be considering and getting your thoughts in on.
Yeah. So, guys, remember, as we said, with Bill and OMONDI, they go head-to-head after the show on the actual YouTube channel. So just leave your message there, and we'll get back to you guys. What's this one?
I used to watch when Jay from the Paddock came on the channel, but I'll be watching every night for OMONDI's comments.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, after the show. I'll meet you outside after the show.
Yeah.
I'll see you in the comments, mate. All right? Let's have it.
We will be joined after the Liverpool game as well. We will be joined by Jay. I think probably Wednesday or Thursday. One of those days we'll be with Jay as well. So he will be back on the channel. But guys, we will do a dance off. And also we got head-to-head as well in the quiz show with, is it Dan? Dan and Jay will be on. Darren, sorry, the head-to-head as well. So wouldn't dare. So guys, let's go, guys. And thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the Man United Agenda. From us here, Solo, Rebel, OMONDI. Thank you all and have a lovely evening, guys. Good night. Good night.